So there are 5 conflict resolution strategies that I believe some of them are good, some of them are not so good, but I want to cover all of them because I believe that we've all found ourselves in either all 5 or we maybe have found ourselves in 1 or 2 of them. But these are, you can find yourself in one of these 5 resolution strategies to conflict. The first strategy is avoiding. So easy, right? The person that's hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. You know, that's what Ray Charles said. The one that is that's a flight risk. When something comes up, when something goes awry against their sensibilities, the first thing for them to do, or their first reaction, is to simply take off and run. And so you just ignore or you withdraw yourself from the conflict. That's the first one, avoiding. The second resolution strategy is competing. And so this is used by people who go into a conflict planning to win. That does not lead you to anywhere. And if you think that you'll feel better by trying to prove your point that you're right, you'll only make yourself look like a fool. Because if the whole goal is resolution, it is not about who's right and who's wrong. And it's not about proving how smart you look or how smart you think you are. You know, this is not a competition. We're not competing with each other in a conflict for me to prove my point. Here it is. Even if you are right, it's not a competition. And it's so hard sometimes, even for myself as a person, that I think that I'm an analytical person. You know, it's hard to, things are very black and white a lot of times for me. And so I've learned that it's not about proving your point all the time. It's about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And I know that's kind of an elementary cliche, but it's the reality. You know, it's the simplicity of this resolution that, man, I'm not in competition with you. I'm not trying to make you look bad or be condescending in this conflict that we're having to try to prove a point. You know, I'm trying to work with you so we can move on and be better, so we can find our way to a solution. And so we avoid, we compete, but then sometimes we accommodate in conflict. Accommodation means that one of us gives in the wishes or the demands of another. Now, there's 2 different sides that I can see to that. And John, I can't wait to hear your perspective on all 5 of these, because sometimes that'll be good, sometimes that'll be bad. It can be good because accommodation, I think, is a product of compromise. When I say accommodation, it's not just, what I mean is not 100% giving in to what the other person wants. But sometimes accommodations can be negative because some people just want to get out of the conflict real quick. And so they'll just say, you know what, forget about it. I'm to the point where I really don't want to deal with it anymore. And here, you just have your way. When that may feel like you're getting out of the conflict, but that may not be what we need as the resolution for the greater good. And so we need those different perspectives, even if it will take time to work through it. You don't just throw in the towel and give off demands. And here it is, sometimes we give demands and they go against our standards of what we usually would do. They go against our moral compass. They go against our character and our integrity. Don't do that just to get out of a conflict. But then fourthly, we have collaboration. Collaborating or collaboration is when people are both assertive and cooperative. I think that is a great strategy that we should incorporate into our conflict resolution, our conflict management process, is instead of competing, instead of going against each other, even if we don't agree with everything, let's collaborate, because it's better if we do it together. You know, 1 is good, but 2 is even better. You know, 1 set of eyes is great, but let's get another set of eyes on this so we can see this from a different perspective. Because when we get another set of eyes and another set of thought process, then we'll be able to see this from a whole nother perspective that we would have never saw it from if you were just working individually by yourself. Lastly, the 5th conflict resolution strategy is compromising. That's when you are partially assertive and cooperative. And so I think that collaborating and that compromising is where we need to be. If we can marry those 2 strategies together, I think our conflicts will go a whole lot better, and our conflicts will go a lot smoother, and we wouldn't have to cut off as many people as we think that we need to cut off in our lives because we can't get along with anybody.